It's Friday. We made it, but barely. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the PHNX Coyotes podcast. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and leave us a 5-star review. I'm Leah here with Craig and Sean. We gave Petey the day off. However, he called me and he's at the ice den, so no days off for that man. But Craig, those watching on YouTube might see your... Where are you? What is going on here?
I'm in Utah. I've decided to go backing the Utes after whatever the hell that performance was from the Sun Devils last night.
Yeah. Speaking of that performance, I think, Craig, it's been a while since we started a PHNX Coyotes show with a clearing. So I think that you and I both have some things we need to clear this morning, and we'll start with you.
Well, I mean, all things considered, it was the best way to find out that I had a flat tire. It could have happened on the freeway yesterday. It could have happened where I had to get out and figure things out, because I drive an electric car and electric cars don't have spares. So you have to figure out another way. I woke up this morning, we got my kids to school, and it wasn't until I think around 8:30 that I noticed that I had a flat tire. And so at that point, my wife was gone. She was at ASU, and I had to walk to Walgreens, get a flat, then drive it over to Big O Tires and hope that they could fix it in time for me to get into the studio, which obviously did not happen. So instead, I'm obviously not really in Utah right now. I'm in my TV room.
Yeah. Eventful morning, but like you said, could have been worse for sure. There's a lot of comments in the chat about me being here and upright. Yes. If you don't know, I produced the ASU show, and last night there was a 2.5 hour rain delay, which led to the second half starting at 11 p.m. I had to think for a sec. The postgame show started at 1:15 a.m. I left here at 2:30, but we're back. We're fine. I have my coffee. But that's my clearing, just in case I say anything that doesn't make sense at some point today. I am running on fumes, but it's fine. The show must go on, Craig. We are here.
About that, the Sun Devil, any game in the Pac-12, like, you have the danger of getting out of there really late. I remember I covered so many games at Sun Devil Stadium, and it was always Pac-12 after dark, right? Yeah. Sometimes they would start games at 8 o'clock, which means like 8:15 kickoff. And because it's the Pac-12, you have a lot of passing, you have a lot of stoppages of play, you have a lot of TV time.
So many reviews of plays last night too.
I walked out of the Sun Devil Stadium press box after 2 a.m. multiple times. I feel your pain, because it really hits you the next day. You really feel it the next day.
I would like to blame Anthony Totri, because interestingly enough, this year in college football, they changed the rules to make the game faster. But Totri didn't fully understand that. So before the game started, he's like, this game is going to take forever because of the new rules. And we're like, what? No, it's supposed to be faster. And then lo and behold, it was the longest game ever.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Wild. But go watch the PHNX Sun Devils postgame show. They did an amazing job for it being one. You've seen our postgame shows when it's past 11 p.m. or sometimes midnight. That their show had that similar vibe of PHNX after dark. So check it out. They crushed it. But Craig, this morning you published your monthly mailbag, which I'm about a quarter of the way through reading right now. It's always quite... How many questions did you get this time?
I didn't count, honestly. I was just like, I'm not even going to bother counting. I'm just going to get this done. And I don't know. It felt a little shorter, which would make sense, because August is usually the slowest month for the mailbag because there's nothing happening.
That's true.
There was still a substantial amount of questions.
Yeah. So thank you, everyone who submitted your questions. Right now, you can read that at gophnx.com. It's for diehards only, so you have to be a diehard to read it. But Craig and I talked about if there was, a few topics that were reoccurring that we would dive deeper into them today. And that's what we're going to do. So I think we should get into it. Or do you want to finish up the ranks? I forgot about that.
Yeah, we can talk about the ranks too, because that's fine.
Okay. Sorry. I told you guys I'm going to be a little scattered today. The top 5 PHNX ranks, top 25 Arizona athletes of all time were revealed today as well. You can find that at gophnx.com. And I will let everybody know who those people are. We talked yesterday about Shane Doan coming in at number 9, and we implied / actually just said that he was the highest ranked Coyote because I mean, who would be higher than him? So here are the top 5 Arizona athletes according to the PHNX poll of many writers across Arizona. Coming in at number 5 was Steve Nash, number 4 Charles Barkley, number 3 Diana Taurasi, number 2 Larry Fitzgerald, and at number 1 Randy Johnson. So I think we all would have preferred to see Shane Doan here in the top 5 instead of 2 Phoenix Suns maybe, but you know, it's hard to argue what these 5 have done for the Valley and beyond. Craig?
You know what I noticed, first of all, when I look at this top 5, there are no ASU athletes among the top 5, which is shocking. Since ASU athletes seem to dominate this top 25 ranking correctly or incorrectly.
Yeah, true. It's the first day that there hasn't been an ASU athlete on any of this. I mean, we dove into it a ton yesterday just about where we think there should have been more Coyotes players. Do you agree with the top 5, or would you have liked to see Shane Doan in 4 or 5?
He's the only one that I would make an argument for. It's hard for me because again, I use different criteria when I was measuring this. It wasn't just, was he the greatest athlete? Did they win? That certainly factored, and it factored greatly into the consideration, but I looked at impact on the Valley too. When you look at these top 5, Steve Nash was a 2-time MVP. Diana Taurasi is the GOAT. I mean, the 2 guys at the top, Randy Johnson gave the Diamondbacks their only title. Larry Fitzgerald obviously belongs in the top 5. So I think it's fine that this is the top 5. I would have had Doan maybe just outside of the top 5 if I didn't have him in the top 5. The thing with Barkley, he didn't win a title. Obviously, they got really close. They ran into Michael Jordan. There's no shame in losing to Michael Jordan because that's what happened to everyone who played him in the NBA Finals. Sean DePaz, he never lost in the NBA Finals, unlike some other people who others think is the GOAT. Anyway. Charles Barkley had a massive impact on this city, and I would argue from a media standpoint, from a public interest standpoint, there is still no athlete that has come to Phoenix who has captured the city the way that Charles Barkley did when he was here. And so for that reason, I think it is fine to have him in the top 5.
Yeah. Craig, can you reveal where you had Shane Doan in your ranking, or do you not want to?
You're going to ask me that. I can go back and look while we're doing this. I can't even remember where I had him now.
Okay. I'm just curious where you had him because I know you.
I know I had him higher than 9. It was either top 5 or top 6.
Okay. Fair enough. Again, you can go read the full article of all 25 athletes and the reasonings behind them at gophnx.com and comment once they're tweeted out later tonight at PHNX_sports as well. But Craig, it's time to dive into some mailbag questions. And we will start with, and we grouped them. There's multiple questions per category because these were, a reoccurring theme. So we will start with these 2 from Kenny and Todd, I believe. And the theme is playoffs at the Mullett. So Kenny asked, my understanding is the deal with Mullett is for 3 years with an option for a 4th. What happens if when the 4 years are up, we have a new arena well into construction, but won't be ready for a few more months? Where do we play? And then Todd asked, let's pretend an amazing hockey story plays out. The Coyotes are heading to the Stanley Cup final. Heck, let's say the opponent is Toronto to make it juicier. What do you think the NHL would do about Mullett hosting this event other than slapping their foreheads? 2 great questions. Craig, let's dive in.
Let's go with the first one. And this is something that I reported at the time, but I think it got lost in the shuffle because everybody just assumed, okay, it's 3 years with a 4th-year option. But when I spoke to ASU CFO Morgan Olson at the time, he said if it gets beyond that, we're happy to talk about staying longer. So I don't think there's an issue at all about the Coyotes staying longer in Mullett from ASU's standpoint. It's just how long would the NHL be willing to say, yeah, okay, let's extend this out 1, 2, 3 more years playing in a college arena. I don't think it can be that much longer than the current agreement. I'd be surprised if they extended it any more than 1 season. But they do have that option with ASU. That's not going to be a roadblock. As far as playoffs at the Mullett, people have speculated about this for a full year since they announced that they were going to be playing there more than a year. So I just decided I'd reach out to Bill Daly and ask him, so what happens? What happens if they have to play playoff hockey in the Mullett? He said, well, we haven't really talked about it, but I don't see any reason why they couldn't. I was like, okay, so playoff hockey in the Mullett. I have no idea where media will sit because there will be a crush of media covering it. They'll want to get more seats. again, Greg Powers, let's talk. You got those catwalks. I'm here. I'll help you put some plywood down. We can create a press box on those catwalks, and you can solve the problem, and you can have more seating in Mullett for playoff hockey in the NHL.
They need to create like above where you can you lay on your stomach and you like hang down and look through a glass. That's where the press will sit. But Craig, the first ever game at Mullett, I think PR told us they issued like 84 like press credentials for that game, and the entire bar, standing room, whatever, was media all across like half of the arena for that first game. And of course, as the season went on, it was more of just the regulars and the scouts. But it would be like that, but more if the playoffs were played at Mullett, and I can't imagine.
Find a solution, right? Like, because you're going to want to sell more than that they have, more than the 4,600 tickets. You're going to want to sell standing room tickets. You're probably going to want to sell those rail seats so that you can make more money off of playoff hockey. So they got to come up with a solution. We already know that the press box there is really small, and NHL Stats, the whole NHL Stats crew took over that booth during every game during the regular season. I would expect that to happen again. So where are you going to put the press? You got to figure out something. I mean, we got to cover the games, right? I know we're the last priority, but they got to figure out a way to make all of that happen. I would be really curious to see how they managed it.
Yeah, I just put a poll in the chat. Do you think the Coyotes will make the playoffs while at Mullett? So vote in that. Let us know what you think. But I guess it's one of those, as Bill Daly said, cross that bridge when we get to it. Will they get to it? Probably not, but never say never, because the Coyotes tend to do the opposite of what you ever think they will. So
it's the end of it, right? It's like, okay, like in like the third year from now, imagine that. Like, imagine them pushing for the playoffs. It would be crazy. It would be really crazy to talk about playoff hockey at Mullett. I would love to see it, but I'm guessing the NHL would not.
No, they wouldn't, but I would. And we've talked about this a lot. Sandstorm, which last night ASU Sun Devil Stadium had a real one. Sandstorm, and then everyone, like the first night, gets a mullet. I just think everyone wearing the blonde mullets with like tan shirts would be a vibe. So I'm all in for playoffs at the Mullett. Okay, we will get into our next topic, and this one concerns one Artyom Duda, another great Arizona Coyotes prospect name. This one comes from Harry, who said, I noticed Artyom Duda is listed under U of Maine's roster for the 24-25 season. Will he be heading to the USHL this fall? Craig, this is kind of a question that has preferably been hanging over everyone as a head-scratcher mystery.
Harry, what I can tell you right now is nobody knows. Literally nobody knows where Artyom Duda is going to be playing this season. So here's what I can tell you. Main coach Ben Barr told me that it is in the NCAA appeals process. He cannot talk about it any further. But upon further exploration, I can tell you that this case is incredibly complex. First of all, we know that Duda played professional games in the KHL, which is sort of a problem with the NCAA because the NCAA still worries about amateurism. We'll get to that in a minute. There are a lot of coaches around the NCAA that don't want to see Duda cleared to play because he played professionally. His club, CSKA Moscow, is fighting this as well. They don't want to see him over here because he's under contract. I'm sure his agent is against this as well. So there's a lot of self-interest at play here. I don't think many people are thinking about what's best for the kid himself, including the NCAA, which is going to trumpet this amateurism, this faux amateurism that doesn't exist anymore in college athletics. NILs are a reality of the college landscape now. Players are capable of making tons of money. When we're talking about Artyom Duda and what he made in the KHL, it's a fraction of that. It might have exceeded what the NCAA deems appropriate for an amateur, but come on with the hypocrisy already, NCAA. Get with it. Get yourself modernized. Figure out where this is all going. You can't hold that line anymore. You already gave that ground up when you allowed NILs, okay? So stop fighting this. Start thinking about what's best for the kid. I don't know what's going to happen in this appeals process. Maybe they'll make him sit out a certain number of games. Maybe they'll deem him ineligible to play at the University of Maine. If that happens, I know a lot of people have assumed, well, he'll just go to Youngstown and play in the USHL because they've already claimed him. That's not simple either, because he's under contract in the K. That would have to go through the IAHF. So that presents its own set of legal problems. We have no idea what's going to happen with Artyom Duda. He's at the University of Maine. He's taking classes. He's working really hard on that side of it, on the academic side, and to brush up on his English. But he just doesn't know when he's going to be able to play hockey again, which is a real shame. I know that college coaches don't want to see this thing start to become a regularity, right? Because if that happens, well, let's just start poaching players from the KHL or European leagues all the time. But look at the specific situation. Look at what's happening right now in Russia. They're at war. This kid wants out. He wanted to come to the US to get away from that entire situation. Can you really not find it in your heart to say, you know what? In this case, it's really good for the kid to be over here, to get an education, to get an opportunity. Let go of your self-interest. Let go of this competitive fire of, oh, we don't want him playing for Maine because he's not playing for us. And think about the kid for a moment and what he's dealing with right now. I hope that is, in the end, what will happen in this situation, that the interests of Artyom Duda will be put before all of this other bullshit that's out there.
I couldn't have said it better myself, Craig. Very well said. And hopefully this all resolves soon, just so, he can have some direction about where his life is going, and also the Coyotes too. I mean, we've talked about how the benefits of Artyom Duda playing in the NCAA would do for his development. So we'll continue to follow along with this one, but it's an unfortunate situation, and you said it best. So we'll move on, but stick on the Russia topic, I guess. And this one, I will try to paraphrase these 5 questions. We didn't even put them on the screen because there's 5. Lots of Russia-related questions in your mailbag. Cooper asked about the Coyotes not seeming to hesitate drafting Russian players. Mike Gold asked specifically about Ilya Fedotov and when he might be able to play in North America. Football asked how likely are Simashev and Boot to sign with us after their KHL contract ends. Trent asked about locomotive and player development, and then trade-related reasons asked if there's a way to legally watch Boot and Simashev play this year. Whew. Okay, Craig.
Before that last one,
start?
There are ways of getting pirated streams. I put this in the mailbag so you can look at that, or you can subscribe to Instat, which is incredibly expensive. Nobody's going to do that if you want to watch KHL games. I remember ESPN Plus added it a couple of years ago. ESPN Plus or ESPN2 added it a couple of years ago as an option for watching games. But then when the war broke out, they decided to end that. So it's really difficult to watch games in the KHL now. Let's see. I'm going to try and pick these off. Let me know if I forget anything. Ilya Fedotov just signed a contract extension. They actually, his team got traded for his brother as well. So in terms of his future, the Coyotes are content to let him develop over there. He's not ready to play in the NHL right now. And we know a lot of Russians don't want to play in the AHL. They want to bypass that. If they have the opportunity to come over here, it's to play in the NHL. So I don't know what's going to happen at the end of that contract extension. I think it'll be 23 or 24 when it expires. It's really pointless to even speculate, Lee, at this point. 4 years is a long time. Who knows what the global situation will look like? Who knows what the Coyotes will look like? Who knows what his development will go like, if they're even interested in him anymore as a player. But they're content to let him play there for now. So that's not a big deal. I don't see any concern with Boot and Simashev signing here. You and I both talked to him at the draft. You saw the excitement on their faces. I mean, I think if they could have done it, they would have started right now. They were really excited about being drafted by the Coyotes. Again, it's 2 years down the road. We'll see what happens, but I didn't get any sense whatsoever that there was concern about those two coming over. Let me see. Locomotive. I know this from there's a wide disparity in KHL teams, organizations, on whether they do the development side well, whether they provide facilities, training, all that stuff for their players. There's a vast disparity in the money they spend, the money they have, and how it trickles down to the players. Locomotive is one program that I've been told by multiple people, including Dave King, former Coyotes coach who used to coach Locomotive, that is a really, really good organization. They develop players very well. So that's a really good spot for both of those guys to develop. And I am sorry, I've forgotten the 5th one.
The last one was many teams have been hesitant to take Russians, but it seems like the Coyotes haven't let that stop them.
Yeah, and again, this goes back to, it's not so much, oh my God, are we going to be willing to draft the player, or is he going to be willing to come over? as we've seen, most of the good Russian players end up coming over in the end. So I don't know that was the concern so much as it was live viewings. You want to be able to scout these guys. You need to see them and convince both your head scouts and even your GM that these are the guys we want to take. It was really difficult to do, obviously, this past season with a war in Ukraine. But as we found out at the draft, Daryl Plandowski, Ryan Jankowski, and Bill Armstrong found a way to go watch those two players play live. And so that removed the concerns.
Absolutely wild. I will just never forget, Craig, that moment at the draft when the Coyotes were on the clock. And, we're thinking, what's going to happen with Matvei Michkov? And then the Coyotes get on the stage and they say, from Lokomotiv. And for a second, I was like, oh, I forgot where Michkov played. And I just hear Russia. And I was like, oh, and then you hear Dmitry Simashev. And I was like, I literally don't know who that is. That moment will be ingrained in my brain forever. But the Watts in the chat said, KHL app has single team for 99 cents a month if you trust having that app.
Right. It is funny. I talked to both Corey Prodman and Chris Peters about that app. Like, neither one of them is downloaded. And I'm like, I have the same fears. I feel like I'm going to be tracked from that point on. If I download that app, I'll be tracked. Certain officials in Russia. So I don't know. There is a KHL app as well. One other note on Dmitry Simashev. He's actually not been playing the past 2 weeks in the preseason in the KHL, but I'm told it's a minor injury, more precautionary. When he was in the lineup earlier, a positive thing for him, he's getting like as many as 14 minutes a game. So they're working him up. That's what you want to see, right? You want to see him get significant minutes. You don't want to see him getting 8 minutes a game because that's not a good developmental situation. So right now, not concerned about the injury. It's more precautionary. And early on, at least, he was getting the minutes that you want to see him get.
Absolutely. And while, maybe it's not super easy to watch Simashev and Boot this year, we will be checking in on them periodically throughout the season. We plan to do a lot of prospect check-ins as the season goes on across all of the Arizona Coyotes prospects. So stay tuned for that once the season starts every week, because the Coyotes have a lot of prospects. So, but Craig, the one good thing about me being stuck here not stuck, that's the wrong word. For me being here for 17 hours yesterday is at about hour 8 in the day, Four Peaks showed up with 2 cases of Wow Wheat beer because they know that is the most consumed beer in this office, and we were out. So I knew that I had Wow in the fridge at my disposal to get through that 2.5 hour rain delay. Four Peaks, they always just have our back. But it's exciting. August is finally done. It's September, which means we're 1 month closer to October, which means Halloween and all the best fall foods and beverages. And Craig, I know you're a huge pumpkin porter fan.
I am.
So pumpkin porter, it's back in the mix. Get ready for Four Peaks haunted brewery tours. I did that last year. It was so fun. I just can't wait for Halloween and fall. So you can check out visit fourpeaks.com/locator to find all your favorite brewery tours and events. Steinholding, Oktoberfest, and the haunted brewery tours are right around the corner. Check out at Four Peaks Brew or at Four Peaks Pub to keep up with the latest at Arizona's hometown brewery. You must be 21 or older to drink Four Peaks, and please drink responsibly. And Monday it's a day off, so maybe enjoy some Four Peaks. Go by the pool. It's not super hot this weekend, so really looking forward to that. And this is the last weekend without NFL until like February. So hell yeah. We're in the best time of the year. It's coming up. And with the NFL season right around the corner, we invite you to join us in some contests courtesy of Splash Sports. Super excited about this new partner. PHNX will have weekly Pick X and NFL Survivor contests for everyone to participate for real money. It's super easy to enter. Head to splashsports.com/PHNX. The link is in our description to sign up. Deposit cash to get started. It's just $5 to enter either. And you can win $315 for first place, or you can do the PHNX Survivor contest, which is $450 winner take all prize. You can also run your own contest, and we're going to be running weekly contests all year long. So keep that link handy. Did I say candy or handy? I don't even know. I'm losing it. Head to splashsports.com/PHNX to join in. We'll have different contests coming out, so we're stoked to compete with and against you all. Be sure to click our link in the description. All right, Craig. Well, it's time for the moment. This is the moment we've all been waiting for.
This is the important ranking.
Yeah. All week we've been talking about the best Arizona athletes, but sincerely, this is the ranking we've all been waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
The Coyotes are headed to Australia, and Craig and I are headed 2 weeks from tomorrow, which is insane. Although we won't arrive till 2 weeks from Monday because time is weird. Time change is weird. But in honor of that and in honor of rank weeks, Craig came up with the idea. Let's rank celebrities from Melbourne. I mean, and you'll be shocked at how many there are. So, Craig, I don't know how you want
either
to do
born
this.
in Melbourne or call it home. I just want to clarify that. So like, well, that person wasn't born in Melbourne. Okay. Don't say that.
Just like when people say Austin Matthews wasn't born in Arizona, he was born in California. It's like, yeah, he moved here when he was 2 months old.
Exactly. So here's the other thing that I want to say before we start this impressive list of Melbourne celebrities. I wanted to give this top billing on the show today, but I was rejected by both people currently on the show other than me. I won't name names, but it's fairly obvious. I really wanted to give Margot Robbie, some billing because she's kind of a big deal. But, Sean and Leah said this is a hockey podcast. They got very, very protective of that. Well, I'm just letting you know.
I'm pretty sure I said 3 words. I'd agree, or 4. I'd agree with Leah. I'm pretty sure that was my entire contribution to the conversation. For the record,
so much more into it than that, though.
Oh man. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, who's calling? Petey's calling.
Oh,
Hold on. We need to figure this out. And by the way, before we find a way to get Petey on the show, he did just text our group chat, me, Sean, Petey, and Craig, that I got some syrup still at the ice den, and he sent a photo of Andre Tourigny's syrup. He literally got a can of it, so we need to find out the story. Petey, we're going to find a way to get you on the show, but please hold because we're working it out. This is not StreamYard, so it's not so easy, but I'm glad Petey finally got his own maple syrup can because he gave his away to Sean last time. Can't wait to talk more about maple syrup with Petey, his absolute favorite topic ever, before we get into, maybe he just wanted to rank Melbourne celebrities this badly. But stay tuned. We're trying to figure out a way to get Petey in the show. But Craig, while we're waiting, how do you want to handle the rankings? Like, do you want to just take turns doing our top 10? Do you want to read the whole list of options?
The top 10, based on that and some other votes, I think that I sent Sean in the Discord. I don't know if you guys have that, but I did compile a top 10 from everybody's votes.
So. Oh, like you did the same point system that the PHNX ranks did?
Yeah, we went with an expert panel on this. Do you want me to read them off from the Slack channel?
Are you going to read off the whole list?
Like, it's just the top 10.
Okay, yeah. Why don't you start with number 10 and we'll move backwards slowly in case we can get Petey on the show in the next 30 seconds.
Now I got to find it. I came completely unprepared to do this.
Okay, wait. We might be ready for Petey sooner. So hold. Everybody, the suspense is real in that we're about to reveal our top 10 Melbourne celebrities. But before that, we figured it out. Let's bring in Petey from the Ice Den parking lot. Petey.
Am I here?
Yeah, you're here.
The exciting news of the day isn't Craig's Melbourne list, which is right there. I got my own maple syrup today.
Can you explain how that came to be?
Yes, I'm just adjusting my tripod there. Now I can keep my hands off this. I came to watch the guys skate today. It's my day off, and I needed to relax. And there's Mav Lamb just walked by right now. See, so you want to see Mav Lamb? There he is. He's got no shirt on, walking. Maverick Lamoureux. But so I figured on my day off, what better place to spend it than the ice den? I tell you what, I went into the equipment room. We started talking about Andre and his syrup, and Stan, the equipment manager, said, "Hey, we got extras. Do you want one?" I said, "Buddy, boy howdy!" And so now I have my own. And the more exciting thing is Sean DePaz behind the Mac today?
Yeah.
You know who else was on the ice today here live at the ice den?
I'm guessing
Tage
against the machine.
Tage against the machine. Dylan Cousins from the Buffalo Sabres.
Ooh,
yeah, there were some Buffalo Sabres, and there's Coyotes prospect. Come here and say hi. You won't be able to hear him though. Will you be able to hear him?
No, probably
I don't
not.
know.
Who is?
There's Josh. It's Josh Stone. It's Josh Stone. Josh Stone just got off the ice. Yeah, yeah. I'm just hanging out, doing my report from your thing. See, that's what happens when you come hang out at the ice stand. The Tays against Racine. Josh Stone was here. Got to talk to Bill Armstrong. And by the way, don't tell anybody, Josh's dad is here. Yep. The Toronto Maple Leafs, Shane Doan was here at the ice stand too. So the serious news is these guys are getting ready. I know that training camp's going to get going a little bit early out of getting ready to go to Melbourne and getting ready to go out to Australia. And I tell you, the equipment staff is in full swing getting ready for this Australian trip. I know we're going to talk about Melbourne, but there's a lot of exciting things that these guys have to get ready for. And I'm hoping we can bring some of it to you firsthand before we actually get Leah and Craig on a plane to Australia.
Petey, we need to just not have you on the show in studio and just send you out to the ice stand every day for this insider access.
I am so in for that. You know who else I saw here today? And I don't know if I can say this either. Jan Unique might have been around. So keep your eye out for that. I don't think that means there's anything imminent or anything signed, but this is not a team organized ice sessions yet. They're just professional athletes playing together. So it has nothing to do with the team. That is no inside information. That doesn't mean he's signing. It just means he's staying in shape. And another player that was here today was Brendan Perlini. Have you talked about his future?
No, we haven't. There is an update, though.
There, he's on a PTO. Yeah, but that's good for him.
Yeah, he's at PTO to Carolina, and I tell you what, he looks really good, and I'm hoping for Brendan Perlini. He's a guy that's matured and figured it out finally, because his talent, his skill level, we've always agreed is there, and seeing him on the ice today, the kid belongs in the National Hockey League. Hopefully he's figured it out and gets an opportunity in Carolina.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't mean to ruin your bit, Craig. Where the hell are you? Grand Canyon?
I'm in Utah, Petey.
He bailed.
Unreal.
Craig had a flat tire this morning.
Right.
Oh, seriously? That's the excuse? Oh, my God. Why fucking bother? Oh, did I say that? Why bother?
Again.
Sorry, family show.
No fun.
I was walking by right when you did that and went.
Oh, no.
You're fired.
I can't. I know. Again. I've been the most fired guy at PHNX. All right.
Well, yeah,
Are we doing the thing? There goes Jan. Not yet. Can we show? It's JJ Mosier and Yusuf Valimaki, who I can barely tell apart. And when they both have their shirts off, just walking back. Should I take my shirt off and follow them?
Please no.
That's good. You know, you don't think that would be good TV?
This is
JJ and Yusuf Valimaki.
Stalker vibes here, buddy. This is stalker vibes.
And I'm across the appropriate line where I do not enter if you're media. I'm there. I'm official. Like, it's not my fault they don't have their locker room in the same facility. Here's O'Brien. I wish I could figure out how to if I take my headsets off.
If you take your headset off, it might just connect to your phone. Yeah, let's find out. Oh,
off the rails here.
Oh, now we hear an echo. Hello.
No, doesn't work. Darn it.
No, it works.
Oh, there it works. There's Obi right there.
Hi, guys.
Oh, see? Get it.
That's what is happening.
Craig, yeah, it's live right now. There's Craig Morgan and Leah.
Hey.
Are you ready for Australia?
I am.
You look good out there. The beard's coming in good.
Thank you.
Fired up. See? This is what happens when you actually work, Craig. You get to talk to real NHL people. Get your ass out of your house and get a flat tire my ass.
Are we at home?
Yeah, he didn't go to work today. Took the day off. Said he had a flat tire.
Extra long weekend.
Yeah.
Extra long.
That's
Friday
right.
The holiday weekend. Big
Veteran move.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Petey's just putting in work today on his day off.
Day off for me. This is what a day off looks like in my world. We got Obi. We got a couple of guys with their shirts off. Buddy, work.
It is a beautiful day.
When are we going to talk about Margot Robbie?
Petey, do you want to be here for the ranking?
I mean, you never knew who was going to walk by.
All right, let's keep Petey on. Craig, let's get into the ranking.
Is it hard to do? I don't want to screw up the whole show.
No, nothing's screwed up.
What? We're talking about Melbourne celebrities. What can you possibly be screwing up?
Yeah, that's a fair point.
All right, Craig, let's read the top 10 that we came up with.
Let's go with number 10. And you surprised me. Everybody surprised me that they knew who Vance Joy was. Leah, what do you know about Vance Joy? Go ahead.
He's a musician.
I love him. He's an acoustic guitar player, great singer. I've got a handful. Clarity is the one I have on my actual running mix is Clarity. I've got 5 of his songs in my playlist. Love Vance Joy.
Riptide,
Nice.
you've probably all heard if you Google it. Yeah.
All right, number 9, president of the Flat Earth Club, Kyrie Irving.
Boo.
Kyrie Irving was from Melbourne. Who knew that?
I had no idea.
Neither did I. Number 8, and this is a movie, Petey. If you haven't seen the movie Munich, you gotta go see the movie Munich. Eric Bana from Melbourne. You gotta see that movie. Terrific movie.
It's Eric Bana, first of all. Let's pronounce the guy's name right. He's a fucking movie star. Get it right. It's Eric Bana. And he was also the Hulk. Like, did we not see him in the Hulk? One of the worst superhero movies of all time? No? Didn't see it? Yeah, he's phenomenal in Munich. Did not know he was Australian. Great accent. Good work.
Number 7, Kylie. Go ahead. Leah, you read this one. Kylie
I don't
Minogue.
have the list, but Kylie Minogue, I mean, she's a legend. When you think of Australian artists, you think of Kylie Minogue, and they adore her in Australia.
Unless you are Petey's and my age, then you think about this woman as an Australian legend, Olivia Newton-John.
I mean,
Let's get physical.
Grease is like one of my favorite movies of all time. So, love her.
So are they back to back, Kylie Minogue and Olivia Newton-John?
Yep.
Oh, buddy, that got me through some college years right there, those two. Hey, boy, howdy.
You know what's not a good movie with Olivia Newton-John? Did you ever see Xanadu? Oof.
All right, what do you mean? What's wrong with Xanadu?
Brutal movie. Just a brutal movie. All right, we're in the top 5 here.
Is this your top 5, or is this the cumulative voting top 5?
This is cumulative voting.
Okay.
Leah, you don't have a photo of Chris Hemsworth that you want to put on the screen? You might, actually.
No.
Heartthrob Chris Hemsworth.
Comes in at number 5?
Comes in at number 5. Here is a guy that got ignored by both of you, but didn't get ignored by other voters at number 4. Flea, the guitarist for Chili Peppers. Like,
Not a fan. Can't listen. Sorry.
Embarrassed that you don't know that.
Well, I know them. I just don't want to vote for them.
All right. Top 3. The great actor Hugh Jackman. Any thoughts? Are you guys a fan of musicals? Did you like Les Mis when Hugh Jackman was singing? I did not personally like to hear.
I loved Hugh Jackman singing, and everyone hates it, but I felt like the fact that he wasn't that great of a singer added to the character and added to the movie. And Les Mis, the musical with Hugh Jackman, is one of my favorite pieces of cinema or anything.
Didn't he also do The Greatest Showman, DP?
Yep.
He was
also
been
goes
on
crazy. Yeah, he's been on Broadway.
He's been on Broadway.
Listen, it's not about being the best singer. As Lin-Manuel Miranda once said, my voice isn't that good. It's an old Cadillac. It gets me where I need to go. As PD.
You somehow got a Hamilton reference.
This is just ran into Sean Dursey. Just got off the skate.
Hi, everybody.
Say hi to everybody live. We're getting ready for Australia.
Right on. Any questions?
Yeah. Are you
I'm
ready
not
for
prepared.
Australia? Have you started to pack yet for Australia?
I have not started to pack. I just finished unpacking in Arizona.
Buddy.
So then
How long have you been here?
transition one day.
So this
One
is This is your first day on the ice with the guys.
For you
Meeting
guys are
your
catching
teammates
first
for
day.
the first time.
Yes,
This
sir.
is the first day of Sean Dursey.
He had his
as
first
a Coyote.
monsoon to welcome him too.
Yeah, I got the big storm. Do you know any Melbourne or Australia celebrities?
Oh, maybe that. Isn't that Hemsworth?
There we go, Hemsworth. He's on the list.
What's
He's on the
named
list.
it? Very nice.
Margot Robbie is she better be top 5.
See, they do such a good job with their accents. American
I know, you don't
accents,
even know.
You can't even tell.
Well, welcome to the Valley, man. I'm sorry about the clouds. We didn't arrange that.
I
today.
heard I was coming to the desert. It's
Yeah.
pouring rain on me, but
It's not hot. It's not hot.
it's actually perfect. It's really nice. You guys got our
We'll see
meeting
you around.
on live stream, so
Yeah, fantastic.
Thanks
Look
for
at that.
stopping by.
That's why you tune into PHNX. 'Cause this kind of
I
content
saw a man.
cannot get anywhere
I
else.
saw a man with a camera out here. And I
Yeah.
figured I had to
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Go to LA and that Hollywood vibe. You see a camera, buddy. That's you got to get on screen.
You gotta see
Let's
what's
go.
going
No.
Nice to see you guys.
Yep. Take care, man.
Take care.
This is unreal.
Yep. So sorry
right.
to interrupt.
Craig,
No, you-
where
got
were we?
Hemsworth. He
We've
pulled
reached
Hemsworth
our
out.
top 2. We've reached our top 2. And number 2 comes in one of my favorite actresses of all time, Kate Blanchett. A lot of
Talented,
even
talented,
name, Lord of the
versatile.
Rings, Galadriel, obviously. Killed it. Just killed it. Kate Blanchett's amazing.
Yeah.
And then, of course, and Sean, do you have the photo ready? Because
No.
Oh, Jesus.
are you serious? Are you just going to like this?
You're not putting a photo up for this? It's the only reason I tuned in.
Thank you. Like half the viewers were here just for this.
Fine,
Just
he's
for
getting the
this.
photo. He's getting the photo.
Our number one Melbourne celebrity who should have got top billing on this show, but did not because I was outvoted. But
Because
anyway,
it's a democracy. Oh no,
that's it.
I know this.
That's a question. Okay.
No, he's working on it. Give him a sec.
There she is. It's Margot Robbie.
The slow zoom.
Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. Nice work, DP. Nice work.
You guys are the worst.
Craig, how long will it be till we can announce her as Academy Award winner, Margot Robbie?
I don't know, buddy, but more importantly, how long before we can announce her as our next guest on the PHNX?
True. We need that.
Let's go. Get that to happen.
Put in the interview request, Craig. Come on.
Yeah, I'm not coming to work anymore. I'm just going to creep around people. So if she's in town, if you know where she might be, I'll go hang out in the lobby.
With your phone tripod, you're like moving it. Margot!
How happy?
Whoop,
we lost you for a sec. We lost you.
But the tripod, I'm so lucky I had my tripod and came prepared because look at all the additional content we got here live at the Ice Den for their optional, I don't know, the captain's practice, whatever you call it.
I'm thinking we rebrand your show now, buddy.
Yeah, whatever. I'm in.
Stalking and talking.
Stalking. No kidding. That's it. I will say this, Craig. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I came here. I know it was my day off, but I came here to pitch a couple of ideas to the club and get a little bit of feedback that some of them might actually work. So stay tuned.
All right, buddy.
To PHNX, as always.
Oh my gosh, yeah. PD told me some of the ideas this morning. They're phenomenal. PD's hustling always for that extra content, and it's so worth it. PD, do you have anything else before we let you go, or do you want to stay?
No, I had a really good conversation with Bill Armstrong too, and about what their expectations are for the season and what's realistic, with all these new players coming in, and again, he's kind of echoed some of the things that we've said on our show too. We said it's just a step, and they've done some nice things, but let's just wait and see how things pan out. Don't want people to get too overexcited, I guess. He didn't come out and say that, but it's just a step in the process. He's excited about what they've been able to do in this offseason, and some of the guys are coming into town, as you can see with Sean Dursey. So I think he's excited to see what happens. And honestly, when is that a word? When they get back from Australia, because I think that Australia trip is going to be a difficult training camp, and you won't really get a sense of what they have until after they get back from that journey.
Roaring Forks just sent a $1.99 super chat. I'm starting to doubt the just a wink jingle. Oh boy.
Yeah, I'll stay. Are you? At least you're kicking me off.
No, you want to stay?
Hey, you never know. Somebody else might walk by.
Yeah. All right. Why don't you stick around and we'll let everybody know that you can bet on college football this weekend. ASU played, but U of A kicks off tomorrow. Tons of college football this weekend. And as I mentioned, the NFL is right around the corner. And you can place all your bets on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. I feel like I haven't talked about DraftKings in so long, but they are always giving out amazing deals and amazing promos. So right now, this week, new customers can bet just $5 on college football and score $200 in bonus bets instantly. Amazing stuff from DraftKings. They are giving away money. Sean, do you have a DraftKings pick of the week for us?
Of course I do. Sadly, I mean, as you mentioned, football starts tomorrow. Sadly, DraftKings does not have the odds for the Syracuse game yet, so I cannot provide that. But this is going to be the season of fading USC's defense. For the people that pay attention to Pac-12 football, USC's defense is a joke. They play Nevada tomorrow, so I'm going to take Nevada plus 38 to cover the spread against USC.
38.
Because USC's defense is terrible, and that's a lot of points for a Division I football team. So
wow.
I'm riding with
the Wolfpack. Speaking of college football,
no.
Is the ASU game over yet?
Yeah, I actually slept here. I actually slept here. But check out DraftKings if you want to tail Sean's bet. You can do so. Life's more fun when you're in on the action. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code PHNX. New customers can score $200 in bonus bets instantly when they bet just $5 on college football. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code PHNX. The crown is yours. 21 plus, Arizona only. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/football terms. We just saw Sean Dursey, who said he was expecting sunshine and got rain. But Sean, I hope you packed your Shady Rays, because I promise you, this is not a normal weather day here in Arizona. It's sunny year round. So I hope Sean knows about Shady Rays. And I hope you all know about Shady Rays too, because not only do they have stylish sunglasses in a variety of different colors, they also are super affordable. And Shady Rays stands by their product as well. And exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal of the season. Go to shadyrays.com and use code PHNX for 50% off 2 or more pairs of polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 250,000 people. What are you doing? You're moving around. We can hear sounds.
I was trying to hook up my PHNX microphone so I could actually see if it worked, and it doesn't.
I feel like you would have to leave and then hang up and then call back.
I don't know. Well, I ain't leaving because
Okay.
Everybody's gone, but we're going to have to try it again sometime. I had such a good time doing this today with you guys.
All right. Well,
are we to weekend binge yet?
Yeah, weekend binge. You go first.
And I need Rex. I got nothing. I need Rex.
Can I suggest some ACC football? Primarily Syracuse Orange, and now the California Golden Bears and Stanford Cardinal, apparently, and the Dallas-based SMU Mustangs. Welcome to the ACC, baby.
Too soon, buddy. I feel so badly for Washington State and Oregon State, left out in the cold.
Yeah.
But before we talk, if we're talking college football, we have the Pac-12 commercial saying, "Oh, the Conference of Champions." Really? Can you just? We're done. Just don't show the commercials. We're done. That should be it. We're done. And then the Pac-12 logo. We're done. Pac-12 logo. Done. Save yourself 30 seconds commercial time.
We're done.
Yeah, we're done. Pac-12 logo. Boom. I got to go with, I ran into Matt McConnell here, the voice of your Arizona Coyotes. And you know what he said to me, Craig? Thanks for turning me on to BritBox. He said they're in season 3 of The Bay.
Wait, who said this?
Telling you, Matt McConnell.
Okay.
So get BritBox. I'm telling you, I just started season 2 of The Bay, but I did watch on Apple Plus Hijack with Idris Elba. Oh boy. Don't watch it if you're going to fly anytime soon.
If you're trying to sell something to me, playing the Matt McConnell card might not be the way to do it, because I've ridden on the bus with him. Have you heard Bus Tunes? Have you heard his musical dates? Okay. Just saying.
Not good.
Might want to find another way of selling that to me.
Okay. Fair point. So mine this week is Hijack on Apple Plus with Idris Elba. It's very intense, and don't watch it if you're going to fly anytime in the near future.
Craig, I wouldn't watch it. We're flying in 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, mine's the same as last week. I've been watching Suits on Netflix. I feel like it's all the rage. Suits is having its moment on Netflix because they put it on and everyone's watching it. And I'm one of those people. But you know what? It's great TV. Super entertained. And I'm almost done with season 2 now. So check out Suits on Netflix. That's my weekend binge. Craig, you have nothing?
I literally have nothing. I'm
Well, he's in the Grand Canyon. So
actually, I got to go to Flagstaff for a wedding this weekend. So
that's true.
TV.
Sean, do you actually have a rec or literally football?
Oh, I mean, it's going to be mostly football. I'm definitely watching Syracuse football tomorrow. I'm still into Shameless, but Shameless has become one of those shows where sometimes I get too anxious watching it and I have to turn it off because they mess with their lives too much. But that's a big one. I think that's it. I think I watch a lot of YouTube too.
Weekend, Sean.
What's that?
Where's NAU playing this weekend?
NAU, they're playing
Arizona.
at the school down south.
Oh, beautiful. Maybe I'll watch that. Maybe I'll go to the bar in Flagstaff and commune with the Lumberjack fans.
Yeah.
Boo. Oh, also, Weekend Binge, we don't have to just do TV because everyone knows, maybe not, I did read a book in one sitting this week, cover to cover, and it's called Hidden Pictures, and it's kind of spooky. So don't read it at night, but it was really good. So if you're looking for a book recommendation that's a page turner, Hidden Pictures, that's my weekend binge, the book edition. I haven't read a book cover to cover in a long time, so it was a good one. All right. Well, this has been there's been a lot going on this show. I don't even know how to go from here. But with all these sports coming back, it's time to get into the spirit, and nothing gets you in the spirit more than having paraphernalia from your favorite sports team around you. And that's why FOCO is so great, because they have bobbleheads, they have apparel, they have accessories, toys, collectibles, novelty items, and more. The best officially licensed gear for all sports fandoms. FOCO always has our back for Arizona sports, and they have yours too. You can get the best gear around by visiting foco.com. That's FOCO.com, and using code PHNX. And for all non-presale items, use the promo code PHNX for 10% off. And if you're watching or listening to this on Friday, September 1st, today is the last day to take advantage of the sale going on right now at phnxlocker.com. All of our shirts are just $24, and today is the very last day to take advantage of that deal. And I just want to say, if I met you at Costco yesterday and you were watching this show, hello, because we met someone at Costco yesterday who saw Saul's the Mosaic shirt and said, that is the coolest Arizona Coyote shirt I've ever seen. Where did you get that? So I'm just saying that check it out, phnxlocker.com. Not only do we have Coyote shirts, D-back shirts for their playoff push, we got Cardinals shirts for their season around the corner, Suns season's right around the corner as well, plus college shirts. I was wearing my Josh Stone shirt yesterday, who had a cameo on our show today. So again, phnxlocker.com. And while you're on the website, if you're not a diehard, become a diehard. Last night we had the second PD's Puck Talk diehard hangout, and it was unbelievable. An hour of behind the scenes photos, videos, stories. It was amazing. Thank you to everyone who hung out with us in the Discord last night. It was so much fun, and I promise we're planning to do more. Some people didn't make it last night. Some people had some tech issues, but we will keep doing these, and maybe have some YouTube content with last night's topic as well. Not the full story, but a little bit. So you have that to look forward to. And of course, Craig's mailbag is out today, and you have to be a diehard to read that over at gophnx.com. So just another perk to becoming a diehard. And yeah. And you guys have anything else before we head out of here?
That's a wrap.
Craig has to go pick up his car from Big O Tires.
Pick up my car on a Friday. He's literally on a roadside stop somewhere halfway.
Good weekend, buddy.
Prescott, yeah. He's no idiot. This is my day off, and I think I'm going to have lunch with a former Coyote today. Nice. Might have talked about him yesterday. Might have had the whole show about him yesterday. I think I'm going to go have lunch with him.
Good.
Talk Toronto Maple Leafs today.
Well, that's a good hint. Well, everybody, thank you so much for being here. This was a crazy show, but we had many cameos. That's what you get on the PHNX Coyotes podcast. You never know. Be sure to hit the like button on this video before you head out. And if you're listening on audio, head to the YouTube to check out all the cameos, because there were some people who just walked by as well. You can catch us on the PHNX Sports YouTube channel every Monday through Friday live at 11 a.m., except for next Wednesday. We'll be live at noon, but mostly 11 a.m. And if you hit the notification bell, you'll never miss when we go live, because you'll get notified. But you can follow all of us on Twitter at @SPetersHockey, at Craig S. Morgan, at Leah Merrill, at Sean_DePaz, and you can follow the show at PHNX_Coyotes. We will have a live show for you Monday at 11 a.m., even though it's Labor Day. So tune in then. Hopefully you're all off as well. But that's it from us. Enjoy your long weekend, everybody. Take care. Enjoy the cooler-ish weather. And we will see everybody next week.